Good morning, beloved. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Whenever it is that you are watching the broadcast, hello, 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 hello. It's wonderful connecting with you, saying hi, hello, how do you do? What is happening with you? Blessings, 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 and more blessings I speak into you. For those who will be live, yes, yes, yes. Yes, yes, let's do it. For those who will hashtag it and replay it, I love it. For those who will be on and I don't know you on and I might not never know you on, I can appreciate that. And for those who will be encouraged by Papa, I don't know, what's the word? Moved by Papa to encourage this girl. Let's make it do what it do. Let's make it do what it do. Okay. So we've been talking about doing your part, right? We've been talking about doing your part, right? Doing our part, whatever it is for whatever scenario. Let's make sure that we're doing our part. That's what we've been talking about. And so when we think about this notion of doing our part, what does that look like for you? And in what area? Like, what's your part to do in what area? Right? Whatever that is, what's your part to do in what scenario? Right? That's what, um, and figure it out. Like, where's your niche? Where's your niche? I'm talking about life niche. I'm not talking business, right? I'm not talking business. I'm not talking entrepreneurship at all. I'm talking about life. Where's your life niche? And it could be that, right? It could be business, it could be entrepreneur, but that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about where is your niche? Where is your, like, what is the thing that matters to you, that's important to you, that's passionate, that you're passionate about? What do you want to see different? What do you want to see change? Where is your unique niche, your unique way of showing up? That's what I'm asking about. Where is that for you? Because when you find that out, then showing up in your unique way is so important to be able to do, right? Give yourself permission to show up in your unique way, um, so that you can rock it out. Rock it out. So find or curate your lane and rock it out, beloved. Rock it all the way out. Go full out, full in, no half stepping, no back stepping, none of that. Find your lane and do the thing. Find your lane and rock it out. Right? Give yourself permission to do that which is yours to do. Right? Find your lane and make it do what it do. Rock that thing right on out. Because um because it is yours to make happen. It's a little hot top fade. It's yours to make sure that it happens in life. Hey, Erica. Good morning, honey bun. So, whatever is yours to do, right? What's yours is not mine. What's mine is not yours. But we all have something that is ours to do. And so, find your lane, make it your own, and go for it. Make it your own and go for it. Make it happen, right? Make sure that it is happening. in the way that you need it to. And so give yourself permission to do everything it is that you need to do. Find your lane. Make sure that it flows in the way that it needs to. Hey, Ray Price, thank you for your prayers. Find your lane. Hey, cousin, I see you coming on. And rock it out. You know, mine is education of some kind, right? Is to provide knowledge and to invite people to live that knowledge out, to provide education and coaching, right? Because I'm gonna need you to keep moving forward. I'm gonna need you to keep doing what it is that you do. I'm gonna need you to keep doing that. And so provide the knowledge. Oh, anyway. Find and curate your lane and rock it out. Right? So do what's yours to do. So yesterday we talked about doing your part. Doing your part. Just your part. Nobody else's part. You don't even have to worry about it. Right? You don't even have to worry about what somebody else is doing. Just do your part. What's your part to do? And so once you find that, like, go for it. Go full out. No hesitation. Making adjustments along the way. Just figure the thing out. Jump in you and grow your wings on the way down, right? Because, time for playing it safe is over. We ain't even in the time for playing safe. We just really ain't not. That time is done with. That time is over with. And so it is now about making sure that we do right, that we do the things that is ours to do. And no half-stepping, no piecemealing it, no, none of that. Right? None of that. Let's make sure that we're figuring out what it is that's ours to figure out and do our part to show up in that way. Right? Figure it out and show up. Figure out what's yours and show up in that. And do it freely, meaning do it the way that fits for you to do it. That's what I mean by freely. Do it in the way that honors your truth. Do it in the way that serves you. Right? Do it in the way that lifts you. Do it in the way that is life-giving to you. Hospitality is what I love to do. Amen. Amen. Thank you. Thank you for the thumbs up. Right. And so doing that in the way that, right? Because we all need to be able to know what our lane is. We need to be able to know what our process is. We need to be able to know what it is that we have to share with this entire universe of ours, like in whatever sphere, whatever part of the universe that you share in, right? So show up in your giftedness, show up in your brilliance, show up with all of your possibilities and make it do what it do. And make it do what it do, beloved, right? Make it sing, make it dance, make it all the things. Because when we do that, it's a win-win. Like everybody wins, everybody benefits, everybody does. And so I'm here to have life-giving conversations, period. Whether that's through therapy or through some form of teaching, instruction, preaching, coaching, whatever it might be. One-to-one groups, workshops, it doesn't matter, right? I am my vehicle here is to have life-giving conversations, and it's all infused with love, because if love isn't a part of the experience, I don't want no parts of it, right? I don't want any parts of it. And so when I'm speaking of love, I'm speaking of that which is expansive, that which is inclusive, that which is redemptive and restorative, not that which is agreeable. I'm not talking about agreement. I'm not talking about anything that's passive. When I use the word love, and nothing about love is passive, just in case you didn't know. I'm just saying, ain't nothing about it passive. So I'm speaking of that kind of thing, right? I am speaking of that which is empowering to us all, right? Um, Love that I'm talking about holds, like it includes accountability, grace and accountability, right? Because accountability without grace is problematic. It's judgment. And grace without accountability is passive and enabling, right? So we need both of those factors in order to live life well, along with lots of other things, but you know, need those. So when we're with each other, we're in tandem, we're doing life with each other, we're in our lanes doing our, so to hold each other accountable. Like, what is it that we know that we need to do, right? So we hold each other accountable, and we are, and we do it with grace, right? Because to do it without is problematic. To do it without is problematic. And so, what's your lane? What's your lane? What is yours to do? What flavor do you bring, right, to the, you know, to life's encounter? What do you bring? What's your part? Let's make sure that you're doing your part. Make sure that you got it going on, whatever is your part. Because when you do that, beloved, it's a win-win for everybody. And I'm talking about what's yours to do from the core of your being. That's what I'm talking about. What is yours to do from the very core of your being? Because, um, because sometimes we think something is ours to do because it's what everybody's doing. It's what somebody's told us that we're supposed to do. It's it's what we are, sometimes we're driven by fear. I got to do something. So let me try this, right? Mm, no, let's not be driven by fear, because fear is immobilizing. Fear is leads to desperation, and then we make horrific choices, right? So let's not be driven by fear. So when we think about um, what is ours, let's first of all, let's identify what sets our soul on fire. What is it that really gives us life? What is it that really wakes us up? What is it that really emboldens us? What is it that expands us? Let's figure out what that is. And it changes over time, y'all. Like the theme doesn't change, but the presentation of the theme changes, right? The theme doesn't change, because whatever is yours is going to continue to be yours. But the thing, it's going to stay the same. So mine has always had something to do with conversations in some way, right? It's always had something to do with this idea of, life giving, um, the sharing of, right? So some elements, right? Um, speaking, uh, conversing, speaking, integrity, um, consistency, creating space for others, right? Empathy, the value of relationships, like those elements have always been a part of the way that I've contributed in life. Words, ideas, thoughts. hmm and so then at different times they were different ways. So if I think, in my I would probably start in high school. That's the easiest way to think about it. So I was a cheerleader, captain from ninth grade on. I was class president. I did the farewell speech, right? And so then if I just think about in life, after that, I can certainly identify being confidant a lot of times, um, being a voice of reason, even when it didn't make sense that I would think a particular way. I remember thinking in ways that were, life giving to folk. And then if I think about later on, um, what would be the next part? Going, I guess the next part would be becoming ordained, becoming a preacher. And then from there, um, getting a counseling license, becoming a therapist. And all along, right, being confidant to others, being safe place, landing places for others, like all along being an amazing friend and daughter and da 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 da, right? All the things, mom and wife. Um, into, coaching and being an author, and all of these things serving as or offering as not my identity, but parts of the ways that I showed up. So I'm saying, what's your lane? Like, look at like, do what I just did with my life. Find the theme. And all of that I described, words were the theme, right? Having those life-giving conversations using words was always the theme. Leadership, like leadership in some kind of way, right? Was always a theme. And so find out what yours is. Or some of us already know. But let's just rock it out. Either find or curate or improve. Take it to the next level, right? If you've already been doing it, maybe you've been doing it for a long time. What does the version of it look like for you right now in this season of life? So it might just be that you're clear, you're making some iteration about the version, right? So as you think about what's yours for right now. Oh, we're at the top of the hour, beloved. At the moment that God gave us our breath, me and you, we forfeited, we relinquished. You and I gave up the right to not be amazing. You and I don't have a right to not be amazing. I love you. Hey, Gwen, it's good to see you. Bye-bye for now.